Well, would you look at that? The Longhorns dress up as a contender for Halloween. This quick reaction is part of HornSports' post-game coverage. We appreciate all of your support. So to begin, as always, I'm going to list off some of the good. The first thing, Joesph Ossai. If you're watching the broadcast, they mentioned his name probably 856 times because he deserved it. He forced a fumble on Spencer Sanders in the game, and late on the last play of the game in overtime, he sacked Sanders. He was just big all around, pressuring, and along with the rest of that defensive front, Taquan Graham, Jacoby Jones, and others were coming up big, but Osai definitely the player of the game for the Longhorns against number 6 Oklahoma State. And another thing to look at, Buchevsky. He was actually hitting some bombs, with the special teams punting game. And it's been hard to watch the punting so far this year for the Longhorns. There's been a lot of shanks, but Buchevsky was routinely hitting it about 50 yards deep, and that's what the Longhorns needed. And then, speaking of special teams, you got Deshaun Jameson with a 100-yard kickoff return, which really set up the Longhorns as they were struggling on offense. And there was 6 automatic points, along with a questionable, unsportsmanlike conduct over just a shh. Come on. The reffing in general in this game was pretty bad. Both sides, both sides got called for some things that shouldn't have, but in the end, it didn't matter. And then Jake Smith for the Longhorns, his first real game back in terms of being productive. He caught 7 passes, 70 receiving yards, and receiving touchdown. And another key player, Sam Ehlinger, but specifically fourth quarter Sam Ehlinger, Mr. Clutch, came back and led the Longhorns to a victory. And then, obviously, the turnover battle. The defense came up with 4 turnovers against the Cowboys. And that was really the deciding factor. They kept the Longhorns in this game throughout, and it ended up really just solving the game for the Longhorns. And then the bad, I got to say, the secondary for the Longhorns was struggling. But then you got to mention that part of it was a trade-off. You got to stop either Chuba Hubbard or Tylan Wallace. Chris Ash and the defense decided to stop Hubbard, and so Wallace got his fair share of receiving yards. He ended with 187 yards and 2 touchdowns, which is insane, and a lot of those opportunities were one-on-one balls, but the Longhorns just were getting mossed left and right, and then a lot of defensive pass interferences, which obviously you don't win a lot of games with that, but the Longhorns, they miraculously won. I don't know how. But, hey, when you got Osai and a good defense in terms of turnovers, things are going to happen. So what do you guys think? What are some of your key takeaways from this game? Let me know down below. Have a great rest of your night, and thanks for watching.